Okay, it's morning again. Another morning. There's always another morning. Yeah, so in my other meat video, I said something about being a qualified teacher and about Thomas Sowell wanting to do homeschooling. Now, it's within everybody's rights to do homeschooling, and I would advise that you do homeschooling because the schooling at the moment is anti-white, it's genocidal against our people. That's point blank what it is. And it's also teaching us lies about nutrition, and I've already talked through that. And so what I wanted to say about that comment about me being a qualified teacher and blah, 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 I didn't mean that I was going to go and vote for Thomas Sowell, because that's not going to happen. I wrote to the A.E.C, Australian Electoral Commission, and the Victorian Electoral Commission, and I said, you can go stick your voting system, because I'm not going to be voting, because there's no one there that represents me or my people or anyone that, of our people at least. And so they haven't bothered me. They do have an outstanding fine against me because I didn't vote in the 2020 council election, because they were abusing us and gaslighting us, telling us to stay at home, etc., etc., and making people walk six meters away from each other, which was absolutely ridiculous. And so I wrote to them. Unfortunately, that election went through to Fines Victoria, and so that's outstanding. However, I haven't seen any more notifications. There are no more extra fines. They know that I know that they are a foreign occupant on our soil. A foreign administrator is interacting with a foreign occupant. There's so many layers to this. So I didn't say it to say that I would vote for anybody, because I'm not going to be voting in a foreign election that has no interest in my life or my well-being. Simply, the only thing they want to do is preserve my life so that I don't go and die on the street, because then they will be implicated at law for a death. And they're going to do it anyway, but they'll just do it as a slow kill instead. And this is the thing, you don't realise the education is a slow kill education. They're not going to outright let you just die. Sometimes they do. Sometimes in hospital, the registrar, which is a student doctor, makes an error in your surgery and you lose a kidney, like the woman in the hospital lost her kidney. She didn't lose the kidney. A butcher cut her kidney, and that's how it was lost, and it had to be removed, because the registrar, as a student, accidentally cut the kidney, and she lost the kidney. She didn't lose it. As I said, it was butchered out of her by a student. Okay, so anytime you go into public medical service like Medicare and so on, you are literally being treated by students. Okay, now I had 2 registrars in Footscray, and both of them tried to psychologically pressure me to have my gallbladder cut out. And there's a reason for that. They get money for that. Everything they do, they get extra little bit more money, selling us out in foreign debt slavery, carving out our organs that God created. Do you think God created an imperfect person, an imperfect body? Even disabled people can live today. We have the technology to do that. But I'm a perfectly walking person. I have a spinal injury, which is extremely painful. But I go about my day. I tried the best. Once I've had enough, that's it. I don't do more. That's it. It's all you can do. You can only manage what you've got. And I've been doing knitting. I should show you my cool knitting. So I do what I can do, and I've made a bunch of teddies that I'm going to go send down to Sam. And there's these, making baubles for Christmas. So there's a nice one. I haven't finished them. They just need to be sewn up at the craft group today. There's a little one. Oh, that's got to be pumped into shape. Show you. There's a pink one. Yeah. So, and I got them from this book. That's my book. There's a
pattern in there. And so
Goodness, they're sneezing. I'm so sorry. It's difficult to stop them. And these are my teddy bodies. I'm getting ready, getting a lot ready. I've got a few almost done. They just need stuffing. Some of them need to be sewn up and then stuffed, turned inside out and stuffed. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing at my craft group today. I've got to get this finished and sent. So if you need any or want anything knitted, I can do basic knitting. Once you can do basic knitting, you can sort of adapt and learn the next bit. So yeah, so like, I'm not going to go out and vote for these people because they don't care that we're under foreign administration. They just want to get in there and throw all the people out and make it a white Australia, which is, you know, I mean, we all miss our country, our white sort of culture and everything. But if you're living your culture, you can't lose the culture if you're living it. And yeah, I mean, Aboriginals taking over our parliaments and all this sort of stupid stuff. No, that's not and the problem is Aboriginals of self-determined are separated from us. They don't care for our well-being. There might be a number of them that do, but the majority have their own flag. They're happy to have red, yellow and black. They like, you know, by having those colours up, they're showing us their separateness, their flag. They're renaming our things. They're not renaming it. They're naming it because they're a self-determined people and we are not. And here's the issue, is you don't realise, if you don't self-determine, I wish you luck in that foreign administration, because once you get into the foreign administration, you're going to learn very quickly that what you hoped to do cannot be done that way. You think you're going to get all the numbers, and you probably, I mean, yeah, you might get all the numbers. I mean, there was a video of Pauline Hanson, and she was saying, oh, you know, if you have unity, you know what, you know, kind of people you are, like, you know, your power. And then she stops herself and says nation. Instead of saying, she's going to say, have your own identity. But what she did was she stopped mid-sentence and then changed it to be a nation. And this is the thing, you can see their language. They have to keep to their scripted UN role because they are administrators. So anyone who's trying to get into politics and who's just started in politics, you are going to have to fall in line with a foreign administrator and a foreign occupant. You're not going to get them out unless you have people in every aspect of the government, courts, parliament, everything. Otherwise, you're going to cause total chaos and it will be war. And it's already war. Okay, we already know it's war. But if you throw everyone out and try to put your men in there and it's only white Australia and all of this sort of shit, you're going to have, I mean, we are the minority. I'm not talking about in this particular country. I'm talking about across the world. If China decides they're angry enough, if India decides they're angry enough, if you hurt enough Indians, India will step in with their military. And they are far more powerful because they're far more numerous. They've got plenty more that can die in place of each other. They don't, that's, you know, same with China, same with Africa, etc. Okay, so if you allow non-whites in leadership, they're going to crush white people. And I'm sorry, I'm saying white people. Sorry, no white guilt. Sorry, Jason, but it's raw. Okay, so if you put non-whites in charge, you're going to get obliterated white people. It happens all the time. They just make up bullshit. And oh, you did slavery. No, we obliterated slavery. Okay, we got rid of slavery because it wasn't fair. Because we are Aryan, which is also Druidic. And I found a really cool couple of videos about that. I'll try and see if I can put some links in the description for those, if I can remember. I think I can. And then, yeah, so the Druidic nature, we had Jesus Christ in our lineages, okay, and he was in Great Britain. And I'm so sick of people saying Britain. Say Great Britain. It's Great Britain. Anyway, we had a cross. The plus and the cross are our Christian symbols. That's how we got what's called the Union Jack, or I don't know what's called, Union flag. And that's how it ended up on our proper flag. And so we are the lineages. We are the Christians. We are the Druidic Christians, the Levites, and all of this. Okay, so if you don't know your lineages, you forget who you are. And so that's most of the nature of everybody. The most important aspect of the Druidic nature is free will. Everybody's free to participate. There's no slavery per se. Like, it's not slavery, it's serving others. It's totally different. And so we didn't match the Roman. This is why Catholicism and Protestantism is separate. It's because we didn't agree with the Roman way of having strict statutes and the law is this way and everyone obeys the boss type of way. We never lived like that. And so Christianity is the freedom way. It's the way, the truth, and the light. So the way, the truth, and the life is that, like, everything gets along in harmony. We are the peacekeepers not in a UN sense. One of the stories says that, like, there's two fighting armies, and instead of just letting them fight, a woman got in the middle and stopped and stood in, and they won't do anything to the woman because they're all, wait, there's a woman on the field. So a woman got in the middle and just said, look, maybe, what about if we take this leader and you two fight it out and you have a duel and we'll decide it that way if you really want to fight. Don't kill off all our men. It's not necessary to have all this pain and suffering. And so they would have a duel and maybe they'll just end up with a truce. Maybe they'll end up, if they end up angry enough, they'll kill each other. One will kill the other one. Okay, if it gets that serious. But oftentimes it would turn out that they would just get to a truce and go, you know what, you keep that bit and we'll keep that bit. And so our people were able to do that. But when you mix up other kinds in between, they have a different way. And so they just kill off do unfair fights. And so this is what's happening in our schools, in our government, in our hospitals, in every single aspect of our lives, because we've given up our culture. Don't give up our culture anymore. Seize back that culture. We are the way for us. We don't have to be a way for anyone else. We did not colonize anyone else. We colonized in groups of our own people. That's it. We did not colonize a country anywhere, anytime. We settled and we created a country. That's what we do. We are really amazing record keepers. Aboriginals have no records of their place names. They never recorded any. The people of today do not have information passed down 40,000 years. That's bullshit. Okay? We'll just say it plain and clear like that. Okay? Yeah, they have a culture. Yeah, they have their little things that they do. But nobody can say they did X, Y, and Z for eons upon eons. That's bullshit. Okay? We have records. We kept records. It's part of our nature. So we have evidence of where our names came from and what they were represented and all of this. There is no right for an Aboriginal to take our place names. Melbourne is my place of nativity. Actually, Footscray, but still, And so putting Asians and Indians and Africans in my area of nativity and pushing me out, that's an act of outright genocide. Because it's not just me either, even though it covers one person, one individual. Okay? They deliberately did that and built it up and made it like Asia. Okay? And you've got one side where only Africans go and one side where only Asians go, and one side where only Indians go, and you see this smattering of a little bit of white people here and there. Okay, so what you're producing is a war zone. Because once the nons get in charge, they only represent their own. Once you give property to nons, they only choose their own. But then they white guilt us to share it with them. They bullshit and lie to us and tell us this and this and this about our own people. We see some evidence where they, yeah, they're right, our people are shit. They don't do that to the other ones. They don't do it to nons. They don't do, yeah, our people are shit. No, they only do it to us. It's because they want us dead. You hearing that? They want us dead so they can have the land and resources. So either stand up and self-determine, or you'll just be playing in that sandpit with them. That's all I can say. I'm not being directive. Those are the options. Because once you enter into a foreign debt slavery and continue on in that way, you're not going to get rid of the RBA unless you are using silver. Because people are there's already two monetary systems in play. The Commonwealth is open for business. So either you're going to say to each other, look, how can you make a jumper for me, please? Sure, I'll do my best. I've got to learn how to do it, because we've got to relearn from the ground up now. Because women are not bothering to get educated in textiles anymore. And men are being turned into women. So, go figure. What do you think's going to happen with that? Nons will come in and take over, because they're not going to do that. They're not going to cut bits off. They're not stupid. It's only us who are being destroyed as a people. So it's time we woke up. So when you say, well, look, how much will a jumper be? Well, for me, it's going to be a fair bit. Because it's going to take me a long time. But I don't want the money for the time it takes. I want you to start to learn that you've got to pay in silver or commodities or service. Okay? Consider, I'm already a teacher. I've been a teacher since 2008. And I was told, even when I'm not registered, I'm still a qualified teacher. I was told that by the registering body back when I started teaching. She said, it doesn't matter if you're registered or not, you'll always be a teacher. Because I'm a fully qualified teacher. Just means I can't teach in governing schools. Because I'm not part of the administration. I'm not part of this foreign occupant, this foreign administrator that's educating us out of everything. As in, re-educating us every day of our lives in every aspect they can possibly get into. And by handing your child over, or your brain when you get into university, by handing everything over and listening to them, getting qualified in their qualifications, you are saying, yes, I agree to everything you're doing. Doesn't matter what it is, you agree to everything when you pay money over and you absorb that garbage. Because you're absorbing genocide. And it doesn't matter if you're white or black or brown or pink or green. It doesn't make any difference. All of the people are being taught the same anti-white, apartheid, genocide, etc., etc. So, look, I agree with segregation. I don't want nons among a people. I don't want them near me. They're disgusting. They abuse us in our hospitals. They take our jobs. They take our university degrees. We don't have university degrees now. Because it's meaningless. It's been lowered to a point where it's meaningless. They don't know that the core building factor of the brain is fat, animal fat. They don't know that. How can they not know that? It's the only thing you can build your brain with. How come they don't know? Oh yeah, a little bit of fat's fine. No, I want a good brain. I want a solid, good thinking capacity. I want all the electricity in my brain working. I want all my nerves and neurons and sensory things working. I want everything. I want my sight to be improved. When I tried veganism, my sight deteriorated so bad that I had to get a really, really significant lens now on my glasses. And then I just said, you know what, this is killing me. It's making me unstable. It's causing a lot of problems. You might be okay on vegan, but you're not healthy. You're not solid and healthy if you're a white guy or girl. I'm not talking about for other kinds, because I can't talk for them. I can only talk for my own people. And so when I said about, hey, Thomas Sewell, I'm a teacher, fully qualified, that's the response you're going to get from people when they're pissed off and they're still in that foreign administration, because they don't know, they don't realize, they're so ignorant and stupid. They think the government, oh, we trust the government, or we don't trust the government. It's not about not trusting the government. It's about knowing who they are and what they're serving and what they're doing, and then going from that place. Yeah, so, man, and I'm really busy trying to paint palettes, get a grounding, get some little wall things up and put a little roof on it. It's going to take forever by myself. And I'm just slowly paint a little scrap here, paint a little bit there. I can't stand being out in the hot sun. It's just not like Melbourne here. It's just totally different. Being a displaced person and a refugee in my own country means I don't want to talk to the government anymore at all, because they're foreign administrator and give a shit about my life. They're happy for me to live with no fucking roof. And it's not just about me. I'm saying it for me, but this is our people. This is what's being done to our people. It's our country. We built the country and we're getting shafted. How many of you is your lineage destroyed? How many of you is your lineage being destroyed by transsexuals, transgendering and bullshit? Anti-science, anti-God, anti-Christ, anti-white. How many? I just had a woman tell me a couple of weeks ago her son is with a woman, and that woman's decided, now I'm a guy. I'm going to get transgender to a guy. And he said, he's 19. And he said he's going to stay with it. Now, if that was me, I would be devastated, because I would love grandchildren, or I would love a family. But our people have denied me that privilege or that natural progression because they're anti-whites. The men are too busy marrying outside of the covenant. And I'm not talking about church covenants. I'm talking about outside of our people. Kind after kind is the first commandment to all creation. Okay? I'm not saying, I'm not going to, like, if you want to go and join and be an abo, be an abo. That's okay. That's your business. But don't think you're high and mighty, because you've cheapened yourself. You're an anti-white. You've destroyed your genetics. God said kind after kind. He doesn't want us creating new kinds. If he wanted that, he would have created new kinds by himself. A horse and a donkey can breed and they come up with a mule. Nobody wants a mule. Donkeys are way better. And so are horses. They're very unique and distinct. You can breed many different kinds together. But should you? Realistically, is that our thing that we're supposed to do? Or have we got creations we can work with already? We have a Western biospirit. We are a people. We are a blood-related people. We have special blood, special needs, special intellect. We have a culture that is naturally derived out of us. When we participate in our own culture, we're much happier. And that's through all of Europe. You see, all the white countries, the European, white, British, etc., South African. When they live to their own specific culture, they're really much more calm, happy. They think straight. It's different. live like that. That is Druidic in Great Britain terms and Ireland terms. Okay, it's free people, free will, free, and we followed our parents' traditions. Profession, thing that you're good at, thing that you do. We followed that lineage after lineage. So carpenters trained their sons and neighbours, community kids and whatnot. They went to different houses and learned the skills there, all that sort of thing. We learnt from our own people. We didn't learn from the internet. It wasn't internet. So if you want to do the freedom, free thinking, free will and ability, you have to return to your roots and your lineage and your truth and your ancestry and build on it, and don't let anyone stop you. Like people always told me when I was in my early 20s, oh, you can do textiles but it won't get you any money. And so I struggled and tried to do everything in the anti-white regime. And it's never going to work because they don't match. The Commonwealth, the Kingdom of Australia, the Commonwealth of Australia does not match Australia. It does not match the non-whites. It does not match anyone else. It's our sovereignty. It's our unique creation. By lineage. Only we can create it. Aboriginals cannot create it. They are creating by it's like decaying things, destroying, and just placing a name over the top. So they're not creating anything, and they haven't created anything. They're just destroying and laying over the top. They're just kicking us out of our homes and going into our houses and living there. The same as the South African blacks are doing to the Boers. And so that's all they can do. And they're doing the same in Great Britain. They're doing the same in France. They're doing the same in Sweden. And they tried it in Denmark, but Denmark's sort of not allowing that. Sweden's waking up. Probably maybe too late, I don't know. But we've gone down to small numbers before and bounced back up. Anyway, I wanted to keep that. I don't want to be too heavy. So this is the meat for today. I'm looking forward to it because I didn't eat meat yesterday at all. Oh yes, I did. I did a little bit of scraps, but yeah. So really I should be eating, but I can't be bothered cooking. Anyway, I've been having ice cream yesterday, which is something, but not really food. Yeah, so I wish I could get it through them, but Thomas Sewell's decided he doesn't want to go into locusts and honey. He doesn't want to learn about the reality. He doesn't want to be participating in it. He wants to get involved politically and throw people out of Parliament, which is okay, fine. Go do it, Thomas. Enjoy. I sent him a bunch of stuff while he was in prison. And you know what? If he didn't learn anything, there's not much I can do, and there's not much people can do unless they're going to be willing to stretch forth their hand. I was going to support them in some ways, but I think he's made himself quite clear. They're really a buddy group, and by participating in what they're going to do, I don't think they're going to bring the Commonwealth back, but they might do. I mean, I don't know. I'm not voting for them because I don't get involved in that. They're not my representatives. They don't represent me. They don't represent my people. They've destroyed my lineage, and they continually poison me and traffic me, and I'm sick of it. We're not supposed to be being trafficked in our own country. We're not allowed to sleep on the street. We're not allowed to sleep in public spaces. We have to have X amount of water next to a caravan because fuck knows why. I mean, if they wanted us to do that, they'd give it to us. They'd pay for it. They'd actually build us a home to live in. They'd actually put us on a piece of land and say, here's your inheritance. Oops, a fly got in. If they were to give us our inheritance and actually provide a plot of land that we can just sit a caravan or build a little structure out of wood or whatever like we used to do. But no, the standards are high and you have to pay somehow. Don't ask me how. I'm going to do a video on VIT and their response to me reporting their criminal CEOs, especially the new one, which is the APRA CEO went over to the VIT. I'm going to show you that on video. And I'm also going to show you what Victoria University said when I asked for culturally appropriate service in the disability section. I'm going to put that on a video too. They're going to be a bit shorter than this one, I hope. So anyway, thank you YouTube for putting up my video that I thought you weren't going to do. I was really sick of it. My video's not uploading, and I'm getting to almost loaded and then just not cancel. They just cancel. And I'm really peed off because YouTube, by doing so, is participating in genocide and shouldn't be. But thank you for putting that up. I think we really need to turn back to our roots and our lineages and do the right thing. I mean, for me, it's not going to make any difference. It's only going to be for everyone else. But, you know, greater love hath no man than he that layeth down his life for his own, you know, for his friends, I guess. And in this case, everything I do is for the white man and for the lineage of the Anzac, which is white. Don't let Aboriginals steal it. Don't let foreign administrators bullshit you out of your inheritance and your lineage. And stand up and remember at 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 in the evening. Remember them at the going down of the sun and in the morning, lest you forget.